No. No, I can't even do it for a bit. This fucking guy, forget it. Let's just start with him. Hello one, hello all, I'm CP. Let's get this shit started. So from time to time, Lee does these cold opens with an empty screen, an empty background, and tends to walk into frame. There's no real gag, there's no gimmick to be had with these cold opens. It's very unnatural. It's against everything in the entertainment business, but I guess that would be inferring that who we're talking about is an entertainer. There's a reason a curtain goes up at the theater. You don't just have an empty stage and people walk into it. Actually, I think you do. You know what? Fuck. Regardless, here on YouTube, we're editing videos. There's no reason to have empty space, especially with all the editing that Lee does. And Lee, he's got all the YouTube tricks down, the quick takes. The problem is, I hate being the one to hold your hand through this, Lee, but in other YouTube videos, the jump cuts are used to accentuate a point. Lee just does them just randomly, just here's a jump cut, here's a jump cut, here's a jump cut. Usually it's done to hammer home a specific sentence. And of course you got Brian Lomax doing this stupid bullshit now because he's trying to play the YouTube game and he's doing it all fucked up. Brian, you have an education, there's no excuse for this. And lately he's just straight taking these, I don't want to call it a Dutch angle, but he takes the frame and moves it and we see black. Lee, that's not aesthetically pleasing. Come on, man, come on. And before you all get worked up, just know it's okay for me to be saying stuff like this. Lee is my very good friend.
So I'm sitting having my weekly lunch with a good friend of mine, Matt. My good friend, Cody Leach. This picture of my good friend, Zach Lamont. My good friend, Alexandra Vaughn. Stephen Arthur is such a good friend of mine.
I can't take it anymore! I just want to die!
See, in a previous roast, I gave Lee business shit, asshole, whatever you want to say, for his choice of camera work in his framing of himself in his reviews, which he has since changed. I'll gladly take credit for that. But another thing he seems to do is present critique from an authoritarian type perspective, which is fine, but know what the fuck you're talking about, I guess, is where I'm coming from. It's not so much that this is a gripe on Lee as it is the Killer Flicks minions, his hordes of followers. I've been starting to call them the Leemings, because whatever he says or does, whatever's hot with Lee that week, they're doing it too. And sure enough, with Lee, that's dangerous. You know, that's how Jonestown got started. I say that, of course, because Lee is infamous for changing his mind in hours on what he feels about a movie. The absolute best moment of a Lee second viewing, of course, is this year in Black Panther, when he had gripes with the film, amongst which being that the writing felt forced, and gave the film, I think, 2 or 2.5 stars out of 5 on Letterboxd. Within 18 hours, changed his mind to a 4.5 star film, which of course meant that the rest of the movie-seeing world had seen it and built their opinion. So, of course, me too, Lee, had to slide into that. My thing was, if the writing was forced the first time, what did you experience within that 18 hours? Because I'm pretty sure there weren't rewrites between Friday night and Saturday night of Black Panther opening. So how did that get fixed, sir? The writing is forced. With all his hyperbole and hot takes, I often think of Lee as a salad of sorts. If you can go and find somebody saying something about a movie, Lee will probably pick it off that tree and use it for later. Everybody who compliments him on his sound, his great sound, just remember that started here, even though you'll still give him credit for it. I think I'm just jealous. I'm just jealous. That's really it at this point. Such wavering views, yet he considers himself one of the critics. Another infamous to me. None of these could be infamous to you. I guess I see them and say, okay, we need to save that for later. When Black Panther came on the first viewing of Black Panther, Rotten Tomatoes had Black Panther as a 97% critic score, and Lee tweeted, well, I guess I must be one of the 3%. There's 2 scores. You're implying that you're a critic. And then 2 weeks later, you'll make a clickbait title that the critics are wrong. Who are the critics, Lee? Who are you? I almost want Rotten Tomatoes to accredit you because they'd have to make a new color. There's the red for fresh, there's the green for rotten, and then they'd have to make like purple for Drumdums because depends on what time of day, what day of the week you're checking what the score is going to be. I'm part of the 3%. If anything, you're part of the 26%, but this is what happens when people make you feel that your opinion is important. I don't know if I'd call it groveling what Lee does, but anytime he tweets about a movie, he makes sure to include a certain actor or actress or director, and then somehow acts shocked when they like the great thing that they said about him. Oh, that's so strange, Lee, that so-and-so thinks your praise of them is awesome. Now you know what it's like to be Lee in killer flicks. Of course you enjoy it. Of course they liked it on Twitter. P.S. Not that big a deal. It takes a longer time to order said movie through cable than it does to like somebody's comment on a movie on Twitter. If you didn't at them on Twitter and they liked it, perhaps that'd be a bigger deal. Because, you know, Roger Ebert was infamous for sending copies of his great reviews to Stanley Kubrick. You're supposed to be critiquing, sir. Either you're a critic or you're not. Purple, purple, purple. The Lee Mings give him credit for just about anything that he touches. Horror Needs a Hero is a video series that we've done for a couple of years now. And damned if any time I make an appearance with him, the comment section is filled with statements like, great video, Lee. Great job, Lee. When are we getting another one? I can act and say that it's not that offensive, but when I'm the one editing the video, when I'm the one writing half the shit, how about the other guy? I'll take the other guy. Great video, Lee. That other guy was pretty good too. Jonestown. It's happening. I might have acted like I was done with this guy, but it's just, Dan, it's hard. It's so hard to stop when you don't stop. You know, I'm just glad that he hasn't really gotten a big head over this. He's just as modest as ever.
If I was you, I'd wanna be me too. I'd wanna be me too. I'd wanna be me.
You know, he's just having fun in his kitchen doing Instagram videos.
If I was you, I'd wanna be me.
Okay, 2 days in a row with a song that's titled, If I Were You, I'd Want to Be Me Too, is conceited. Danny boy, you can't do the inspirational thing and then say, oh, I understand why you want to be me. That's not very inspiring. Yes, no, he's way stronger now, physically, emotionally. Wait, no. Guys, this isn't getting the views I want, so be sure and click it. Is that how YouTube works now? That if you don't like the way if you don't like the views you're getting, you pander to people? Is that what it is now? Danny boy, make some content. Shit, put some of those Insta stories. Some. I said some. As like a vlog style thing. Doing this all day. Not everybody wants to see this all day. Look, I got this. Check it out, it's awesome. Great artwork. Inspiring. What Why do you have headshots up at the gym? It's a gym, Dan. No matter what you do, no matter what your physical situation is at a gym, a headshot is your head is your head. There's no workout you can do to fix this. So what the, not only that, you have 3 different angled shots of your head in case somebody wants to make a 3D model for their RPG game. What? It's a gym. Guys, if you like Blu-ray collecting and weight loss, check out my channel. Blu-ray collecting and weight loss. Those 2 things go hand in hand like a police officer on the job and meth. I can't tell you how many times I've been out jogging while collecting Blu-rays. If you like swimming and flying, check out my channel. If you like watching grass grow and doing cocaine, be sure to check out my channel. If you like watching paint dry and doing backflips, be sure to check out my channel. Another person who does the friendly social media game, but Dan's got it up to a whole nother level. If Dan, you could somehow just change some of your titles to Please Look at Me, Studio Here, I'd give you more credit. Between the trailer reactions and the outright cry out to Criterion, if you're watching blah, 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 blah. How about this, Dan? If Criterion calls you back and you can list important information about 10% of those movies, not including artwork, then I'll agree with you that, you know what, you need to take a trip down that Criterion closet. But collecting and watching are 2 totally different things. Criterion is for people who are fans of movies, not shelf glitter. Listen, granted, some Blu-tubers, it's more like baseball cards to them. And listen, if you want to collect plastic, but some of us like the movies, and some of us could talk about the movies. And Criterion is a hell of a place to talk about the movies, not the sheet of plastic. Normally in the beginning of these videos, I'd say some sort of, I don't know, primer to let you know that I'm kidding. Of all the people on this video here today, I know Cody the least, but I'm fairly confident at this point that he understands that all this is a joke. Cody, of course, if you take anything too hard, I can redo this video. But again, if there's anybody in this group that could probably give it to me harder, stronger, faster, and more pure, it's you. So I really doubt there's going to be a problem here, but just so we're clear, these are just jokes. Cody, of course, somebody who I would say is the number 2 dog in the Killer Flicks group, the Killer Flicks Facebook group created by Lee, Drumdums. And he seems to be the heir apparent, or the right hand, or I don't know, the Michael Corleone to this Leemings treatment. The funny thing to me is Lee's quite infamous for his friendliness. Cody at this point has gotten himself quite a reputation. He's if anything, he's the Mr. Glass to Lee's David Dunn. For every aw shucks comment that Lee gives, Cody will straight out tell you to go fuck yourself, which I'm a big fan of. See, this isn't really a joke. I should restart my efforts here. Cody, of course, there are at least 2 people that I'm joshing in this video that really play the YouTube game rather well, and Cody is absolutely one of them. Hitting those hot takes, these videos, you can call them clickbait, but he knows a hot topic and he'll make a video about it, which we've all done. There's just some that, Cody, have some dignity. Oh, did you want to give your input into how shitty Nickelback is? Wow. Man, what a saint you are, Cody, for doing that. To take such a pointed opinion like the guy from Nickelback sucks. Man, the bravery. I don't know how you sleep at night knowing that you made that video. That took courage, Cody. He did the Jason Lives review, which I would say sounded familiar. But you know, it's whoever said it first, I guess. It's whoever said it first. Tom McLaughlin laces this film with subtle Easter eggs, whether it be a book title, street names, you name it. If you look hard enough for it, Tom McLoughlin does a good job of sprinkling a bunch of tributes and horror homages throughout this film.
And writer and director Tom McLoughlin really paid a lot of tribute to Frankenstein, not only with this resurrection scene, but with Jason himself in this movie, and with a lot of subtle nods throughout the film. There's a Karloff store, there's a lot of other kind of Frankenstein tipping its hat little references.
Yeah, it's fine. I would copy perhaps the best Friday the 13th Part 6 fan I know too. It's fine. You know, things happen in conversation. I mean, it's not like anything's going to happen that would make me angry or jealous, or, you know, you have a bigger audience. It just makes more sense. Wait, he what? Tom McLoughlin. Tom McLoughlin. Is this the ice cream truck karma fucking with me, or what? Which, by the way, Cody and I released parallel Friday the 13th countdowns, to which the Leemings somehow got a hold of that, which is even more funny because neither of us is Lee. Because people just can't watch either of us without thinking of Lee, and that says something about somebody's mentality, at least sexually. Cody, there's no need to bait people. I mean, in the end, when all this is said and done, nobody's opinion matters. Which I guess includes now. And I really should script these things from now on. And the last one to reach 10K, of course, John over at WastingMoney1. He's still not at 10K? The ironic thing is, this time last year, he was ahead of everybody I'm talking about. I used to give him shit for what the 1 meant for in WastingMoney1, but if anything, it's quite clear that it means videos per quarter. John pumps out a video, which seems like every time you need to change your clock, you could expect a new WastingMoney1 video. In the last year, he's been hanging out with some of the more popular Blue-tubers, and if you ever needed to know why it's frustrating that WastingMoney1 isn't a bigger Blue-tube channel, just watch the videos where he's out with the poster children for charisma. See, I want to be offended, John, that you don't come out to New York, but maybe I should take that as a compliment because I don't need to do something shticky for the camera. And I don't know, we could do other things than look in video stores, which, I mean, yeah, it's fun. But you were in Los Angeles.
I just had a nice conversation with David Sterling.
Hey, what's going on? Hey, let me fix my jacket.
Oh, no problem.
Good for the YouTube video. Oh yeah, how do I look? How's everyone doing?
Oh, they're doing just fine now. I used to work at Family Video a couple years ago, and we would get your movies in all the time, some screeners and whatnot, and I'd always be the one to take them home.
Hell, a Donald Sterling movie would have been better. No, yeah, but you know what? Wet Movie 1, one of the more entertaining people in the Bluetooth community. Man, John, the East Coast. We're not all weird. Maybe that's what you like. I don't know. Fuck what. You're doing all these videos with these bigger YouTubers and seeing no sort of progression. Wasting Charisma 1. There's your new name. Normally I front load the roaster portion of the show. But I'd kindly direct you to Brian Lomax's roast of me. Luke from Razorwire Reviews did a nice 5-minute portion on the roast 5 that I did, ROA5T. But the good old Emily and her alter ego Killjoy are doing the honors this time, so I figured I'd backload the roaster segment, and then we'll say our nice things after that. So there's that. Enjoy Killjoy.
How's it going, Will? Wait, your name is CP. CP. What does that stand for? Complete Prat? You know nothing good begins with those initials, right? There's you, car payment, child porn, cerebral palsy, corporal punishment. Anyway, it's good to see that you hit 3,000 subscribers again. Now try to keep it that way. That'll teach you to take someone at their word and roast them when they ask for it. Why do you roast people anyway? Is it to mask your crippling insecurities? I have an excuse. I'm the embodiment of low self-esteem. Communist pig. Will I like it reviews? Oh, so you're going to tell me what I like? You don't know my story. You may not be the font of all knowledge, but you do have a knowledge of all fonts, so that must count for something. Live stream? More like dead stream. Ooh, sick burn. You've done so many teasers and trailers at this point that I'm surprised you don't have a credit on the Suicide Squad movie. They could really have used your skills. But how about an actual movie review sometime, Oh, never mind, you're on Stardust now. Is there anything you can actually do for more than 30 seconds? Maybe we should ask Emily. Crotch punch. If you want to disguise those ears of yours, try a different kind of hat. Cap pundit. But seriously, you're a really cool guy or something. Really says a lot when the only thing holding back your channel is your own tireless integrity. You'll sell out one day. We'll be waiting. Carpe Podex.
Obviously, I just want to thank Lee, Cody, Dan, and John for being good sports. Emily for her contributions. Of course, these are all jokes. Of course, I think of everybody as fondly as one could. Lee is an absolute sweetheart for as much as I give him shit. There are things like playing the YouTube game. I say that as like a derogatory term, but people like Lee, people like Cody, they're playing the YouTube game, they're doing it well, and they're balancing just ridiculous personal lives on top of that, and they're still crushing it. So obviously, kudos to Lee, who's already at, I think, over 12,000 as I record this. Very well deserved. Couldn't happen to a nicer guy. Cody, of course, I could say the same thing for you. You're a bit more my level, for as much as I say Lee's a nice guy. You're a nice guy, but you'll call somebody a fuckhead if they're being a fuckhead. Lee tends to take the high road. I enjoy things down in the dark end with you, and I'm not saying that as a negative thing. It's a bit more endearing a quality to me. I'm glad that we've gotten a bit closer in this past year. Again, another person that absolutely deserves the attention and success that they have. And Cody most recently shined quite a bit of that light of his own in our shared Friday the 13th video. I cannot say thank you enough. That was awfully nice of you. Just short of 100 subscribers I gained from that one video, just because Cody sent people over. Didn't have to do that. Very much appreciated, sir. And my thanks is me making fun of you, so what a world. Dan, obviously, congratulations. You've lost a human being in the last year. That's incredible. It is motivating. You're doing a hell of a job. Now let's just scale back a little bit. Try alternating your pictures every now and again. The mirror selfie, it's great. It's great, but can we get, I don't know, it's Instagram. Give us a picture of fruit every now and again. Toast. No, Dan, I want to say that this is it, but I've said that a couple of times now. Just stop being a caricature of yourself. You know I love you. We got to meet up sometime, because I think I could throw something from where I am and hit you where you are, but I'm doing that verbally, so why the hell not? And of course, John, yes, please, if you travel again and you're on the East Coast, shit, I'll go as far as if you're in Jersey, Connecticut, Pennsylvania, let me know. I'll come out. I can be weird like Brandon if you need me to. I'll be all awkward and make constant sex jokes if that's what you need in your videos. Or, you know, just to hang out. Make more content, John. With the exception of maybe Durant Cinema, you're the most charismatic person in a community filled with uncharismatic people, very touchy people, a breath of fresh air you are, John. You know, if you're not collecting movies, that's one thing. Just keep up with us. Keep up with the channel. Wasting Charisma 1. That's what I'm telling you. Change the channel name to that. We miss you. We all do. We really do. More content. I understand you have a life, you have a job, you have all that stuff. You're going back and forth in the country. But fuck, take videos in the car, 10 minutes. Fucking Dan makes goddamn 18 Insta videos a day. It's not fair, John. Come back. That'll do it for this 10K roast. I have been CP. If you were offended and you're not one of the 4 people, ask yourself why. If you're one of the 4 people and you're offended, by all means let me know. Then this version of the video will no longer exist. But all in good fun. If you're really bothered, come right back at me. Let's have a good time laughing at each other. I can't wait to see what the next thing I want to make fun of is. Hey Brian, I think you're about next. Otherwise, my info and shit should be down below. Patrons had early access to this video. If you want to check out other stuff and whatever, contribute to the channel, by all means, it's welcome and appreciated. That information should be, I don't know, somewhere across now. If you liked the video, click that thumbs up. If you didn't, click that thumbs down. I'll call you Leeming, whoever you are. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe. Otherwise, have a day.